At a very young age, I realized how important it was to live a healthy life. And I'm not just talking about in the physical sense. I also mean mentally and spiritually.
So usually when you bring up this topic to people, the whole topic of healthy living and eating right, wellness, things like that, sometimes you'll be faced with some dismissive, ignorant remarks like, oh, what's the point of all of this? We're all going to die someday. We all have to die. But yes, of course, death is inevitable. Of course, it is the final destination of our physical existence. But when we talk about things like health and wellness, it's not so much about our final destination, death, but we're more focused on the journey on our way there, and that is the journey of life. And I don't know about you, but if there's anything that I know that I can do in my power to make that journey, the journey of life, less stressful, then I'm going to do it. And I know you're on the same page as me, and that's why you clicked on this video. So stick around, because today I'll be sharing some amazing tips that you can take into the new year with you. Tips that will help you to achieve a sound body, mind, and spirit. So stay tuned.
I think it's very important that we try to focus on all the three major aspects of our lives so we can find that balance, because too often people only focus on one aspect and neglect the other two, not realizing that all three are interrelated.
If you are not spiritually grounded, if you don't take the time out to nourish your spirit, then it's going to begin to negatively affect you up here. And if your mind is not in its best state, then it's going to start to take a toll on the physical, meaning your body. So you might start experiencing some extreme weight loss. Maybe you start gaining some weight. You start seeing early signs of wrinkles, gray hair.
Now, studies have shown that spiritual people are less likely to suffer from stress than those who are not spiritual.
Because as I said earlier, everything is interrelated. What happens in one department is going to affect the other two. So if something not right up here, then everything else is going to get thrown out of balance. Many persons, they have different views, they have different beliefs about spirituality. For the most part, I'm seeing that a lot of persons, they link it to chakra, astrology, manifestation, opening of third eye, stuff like that. But for me, I am more traditional and old school, so I'm more lean towards the biblical principles of spirituality. So for me, that's a lot of prayer and fasting and meditation. Also, for me, spirituality is the little things that I use to nourish my heart. So that is the foundation, that is the basis on which spirituality is built upon for me.
In the Bible, the book of Galatians, chapter 5, it teaches you about the fruit of the Spirit in verses 22 and 23. And the fruit of the Spirit, well, it's love, it's joy, peace, kindness, goodness, being faithful, gentle, and having self-control.
I believe that these are the qualities of a healthy spiritual being. These are the signs of a person who has good spiritual health. And in order for us to bear these fruits, then we need to implant these seeds of love and joy and gentleness within ourselves. And we can do this by forming simple everyday habits like listening to music that is uplifting and happy, or trying to surround ourselves with people and things that are a good representation of the fruit of the Spirit. So try to stay away from anything that goes against love, joy, things like that. And also, what I'll do sometimes is I'll do a little social media detox. So I'll go through my following list and I check to ensure that the people that I'm following on social media, that they are not putting out any acts of sinful nature. So that's anything that goes against the fruit of the Spirit. And if they are putting out such content, then I quickly just click the unfollow button. So I am mindful of the things that I consume when I go onto social media and when I watch Netflix, and I am mindful of the people that I surround myself with.
So I'm sure all of us, we have been warned at least once in our lives by our elders to be careful about the things that we watch and listen to. And many of us, we've probably taken that warning very lightly. But trust me, you see, if you actually distance yourself from all the foolishness in the world, all the foolishness that's going on right now that is becoming the new norm, then you will begin to see how refreshed and light you start to feel. So I wouldn't have known any of these spiritual wellness hacks if I hadn't formed the habit of doing my morning and evening devotionals. So basically, this consists of me saying a word of prayer each morning and before bed at night. And I'll also try to read a chapter of my Bible each day. Sometimes I'll just randomly open the book and start reading, but most times I just open this app that I have on my phone. So the Bible app that I am using is the YouVersion Bible app. Not only does the app provide you with an interactive Bible that you can read or listen to on or offline, but it gives you a verse each morning to reflect on during the course of the day. And if that verse really resonates with you, then you can subscribe to one of the recommended plans down below that gives some insight on the verse and how it can actually be applied to different areas of your life. There are many other plans that you can follow up with on this app. Each plan has a central theme or focus. So you have plans that are geared towards helping you cope with anxiety, work, addiction, dating, marriage, etc. Each plan comprises of daily devotionals and follow-up scriptures from the Bible. And what I really like about this app is that you can share your current plan with friends and family, invite them to go through it with you, and you guys can talk it over and you can track their progress all on the app. Guys, this app has so many other great features. I like the fact that you can create your own prayer list and share it with your friends, eventually creating a prayer chain. I like the fact that you can also listen to the Bible instead of reading it, so the audio version is there. You guys can also earn badges, and it also has the story feature like on Instagram and Snapchat. The Bible app also has that feature, and you guys can also earn badges. So it's a really great app, especially for new believers. So definitely go and check that out, and it is free of cost. Another healthy habit that I started is exercising. I'm more of a yoga person. Yoga is all I've ever done to try and stay fit, but I'm just starting to discover for myself the other feel-good benefits a good workout also has to offer my body, like me being able to fall asleep faster whenever I go to bed, and that rush of endorphins that I get after an intense cardio workout. Either way, it doesn't really matter which you decide to go with, whether it be yoga, playing a sport, lifting weights, you know, regular cardio exercises. They all have their equal benefits. Just make sure that you are eating the correct foods, make sure you're eating healthy, stay on the right diet. That way you don't put any type of strain on your body. Dieting is something, it's very important. It's something that you should take seriously if you want to get the best results out of your yoga sessions or your gym sessions or whatever it is that you do to stay fit. So if your goal is to gain some muscle at the gym, make sure your diet matches up with that goal. If your goal is to have a healthy heart, then make sure your diet isn't working against that. If you're doing a certain sport, make sure you're eating the right types of food that will ensure that your body can endure the physical pressures of being an athlete. This tastes good. This tastes good. I think I said this before in a previous video. Yes, I have. I usually snack in between meals, but what I've started to do now is I replace my regular snacks with a healthier alternative. So now when I snack in between meals, I'm either snacking on fruits and or nuts. Yeah. And guys, I always have my water bottle beside me because this helps me to make sure that I am drinking a lot of water. Some people, they usually add fruits to their water to encourage them to drink it by making it less boring. But me, I don't like fruit in my water. I don't like it. It kind of tastes weird to me, especially lemon water. So what I will do to make my water drinking experience less boring is to buy cute water bottles. The design on some of these bottles, they really encourage me to drink more water. And I always buy the 1 liter bottles so that I don't have to refill every hour. If I have a bottle that I have to keep refilling multiple times of the day, then chances are I'm going to be too lazy to do that, especially since it's not juice, and that will just result in me not drinking enough water for the day. Yeah, I like my banana tree. Anyway, let's talk mental wellness, guys, but just a disclaimer before we dive deeper into this part. I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a counselor. Anything that I'm sharing in this part of the video is just things that I did personally to help me cope with anxiety and depression in the past. Okay, so this is just based off my personal experience, and I'm just praying and hoping that it will help you too. But if you know that you are struggling, I implore you to go and seek professional help. Okay, always try to keep yourself busy. Find a new hobby, learn and work on a skill, learn a new language, get involved in your community, in your school, or in your church. I did a video on productivity and time management. You guys should go and check it out, because if you are planning on using this tip, then there will be some other advice that you can use to not get stressed or burnt out while staying busy. I'll link that video right up here, and at the end of this video you guys can go ahead and watch it. So for all my introverts out there, for those of you guys who are just looking to break out of that shell and to become this beautiful social butterfly, well, then you should seriously take this into consideration. Try becoming an active member within your community or your church or your school. Yes, you'll be a little shy at first, but think about it this way. You're more likely to make friends as you will be interacting on a daily basis with people who share similar goals and other things in common, just like you. Okay, so another tip that I have for you is try not to complain so much. It's not good for your mental or your spiritual health, and no one likes a complainer. Frankly, I find it very annoying, especially if you keep complaining about something and you're not actually putting out the effort to try and do something about what it is that you're going on about. Yes, we're all humans, we all have our emotions, so it's okay to get angry, it's okay to get sad, it is okay to cry. Me love football. But the question is, how long you go sit down there and just a frat up so over the one situation? How long you go sit down there and just ackle up yourself so and then now you actually have family and friends who wants to be there for us. They are willing to help, they are trying to help, but the negative attitude and the incessant complaints, it turn off people. I get what I say. It drives people away. That negative energy and that dull spirit that you're walking around with, it's so toxic, it is so infectious that nobody know what to do around you. And 9 out of 10 times when you check it out, most of the things that we're so worried about, they are so minor. You know, we get so consumed and wrapped up in all of these minor issues that we lose sight of all the things that we need to be grateful for. So whenever you find yourself worrying and going on about the least of the things, just start to count your blessings. It really helps. Count your little blessings and count the big one them. Sometimes life can put us in the most unfavorable situations, but whether you want to believe it or not,
We actually have the resources to change our current circumstances, but we don't even realize that because we're too busy focusing on the problem at hand instead of realizing and trying to maximize on our full potential that we can use to brainstorm and make the best out of every situation. I need you to remember that God will never give you more than what you can actually bear. The first step to overcoming your problems is to just acknowledge them, accept them, be grateful for them, welcome them. Don't make the enemy see the fear in your eyes. Cross his feet for fear. You have to just tackle your problem them head on, and sometimes you just have to put on a brave face. If you believe in God, magnify him more than how you magnify your problems and your worries. Sometimes you just need to accept, say, yo, this is happening to me right now. It's not something that I hoped for, it's not something that I wished for, but it's happening, right? And we just went push through and pray it out. And a lot of times we don't ever realize it, but sometimes, most times, our problems are actually blessings in disguise. It's actually something that was put in our lives to propel us to achieve something great, something we can gain some wisdom, some knowledge, some experience from, something that will leave us with a testimony to share with others at the end of the day. So just always bear that in mind. And my beautiful people, don't forget to set aside a day where you just pamper yourself, you know, a little spa day. I always have my self-care Sundays at least once per month. I will be doing a video sharing with you guys what my self-care Sundays are like, so please do look out for that on my channel in the future. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed today's video, if you found my tips to be helpful, please do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video and comment down below if you have any other tips as well. Anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.